Welcome back. Mathematics. Yesterday, as you all know, we spoke about parallel lines and different types of lines.
Teacher, help me. My mouse can move.
Your mouse.
My mouse can
Maybe
move.
unplug it and replug it in, or just restart your computer.
Okay.
Start the computer. So yes, we looked at lines, parallel lines, intersecting lines, and different types of lines. So let's first look at what we did yesterday. Just a quick recap before we move forward. So yesterday we looked at the different types of lines, very important, of parallel lines, lines that never cross. They run side by side, like straight up. They will never meet. We have perpendicular lines which meets at exactly 90 degrees. And we have intersecting lines which forms different size angles. We have acute and obtuse angles. We'll have a look at those angles today as well. But these are three words, very important: parallel, perpendicular, intersecting. Very important three words. So we did our answers for one, we did for two, and we were busy with three. So let's look at quickly at the relationship of number 4 and 5, and then we can carry on with a new one. So on page 125, number 4, we are here. Now, number 4, we have a lot of letters. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. So here we can write down names and relationships with all the lines. Firstly, I will show you this line, and this line is parallel. This line and this line also parallel. And the last two, this one is also parallel with this one. So it's very important for us to be able to see the differences between the lines. Now, how will we know if the lines are parallel or not? How will we know that? Who can tell me? How will we know that? If we look at picture number 3, how can we tell that there are parallel lines? Well, the best would be take a point in each line here and take one here. And then we measure the distance in centimeters. And then we do the same at another point. We always take 2 points and write it in centimeters. And if they are the same, like this one, let's say, is 2 centimeters, and this one is 2 centimeters. When both of them that we measure are 2 centimeters, then we know the lines VP and RS are parallel. Parallel. So if we look at number 5, here at the bottom, a nice triangle inside a triangle. Let's look at the big triangle first. G, C, and K. So if I tell you, what is the relationship between, let me type it with my typer, it looks better. If what's the relationship between GK and CK? What can you tell me? GK and CK. I put the line on top to show that we are naming a line. Do you see that these lines all have a point where they end? Because they have a point where they end, we don't put arrows on the sides. We just draw a line because the line has ended. So the relationship between GK and CK is what? Is it parallel? Is it intersecting? Is it perpendicular? We have 3 options. Which one do you think it is? Which one do you think it is? Are you happy with the first one? GK and CK are perpendicular. They are perpendicular. How do I know that? How do I know that? If we look at K, where both G and C meet at a point is K, they meet at K. If we look at the angle that is being created in this triangle, we can see that it is 90 degrees. If we have an angle that is 90 degrees, we can say it is perpendicular. Perpendicular, okay. The same is for RS and PS. Will also be perpendicular because of the angle, which is 90 degrees. But what about number 6? If we look at number 6 here, what is the relationship between OT and SL? So if you write it here, what is the relationship between OT and SL? Again, they have points where they stop, where they don't carry on. So we just draw the straight line on top, no arrows. Who can tell me what is the relationship between the line OT and the line SL? Are they parallel? Are they perpendicular? Are they intersecting? Which one do we choose here? Someone take a guess. Someone take a guess. Let's see. Who is brave enough to take a guess? If you look at this picture on page 125, let me give you the 3 words so you can read them. What is the relationship? Give me an answer here. Is it parallel, perpendicular, or intersecting? Who can tell me? No one.
I think it's intersecting.
Intersecting. Yes, that is correct. It is intersecting. They are intersecting. So OT and SL are intersecting. But now you may ask the question, teacher, how do you know that? Let me show you why. If we look at, let me first erase this one here. If we look at the first line, I'll draw the lines with. If we look at the first line, OT here. Imagine OT has a big angle of 180 degrees on a straight line. But look at this angle that is here. Look how small this angle is. And look how big this one is. If we have one small and one big angle, it is not perpendicular or parallel. It is intersecting. Intersecting. So this ruler on this picture is like this, and the line goes like this. So we have a big, small angle here and a big one over here, like we can see. So the size of the angles will also show us what type of lines they are when they cross. What is the line? This one intersecting. Very good, Leon. That's a very good answer. So this one, we can see the angles are straight up and across. So that means perpendicular. But if we want to look at lines in a little bit more detail, let's first go and draw some of them. Draw some of them. Let's see if you understand. Here we have 3 parallel lines we have to draw. Draw KS. Draw KS parallel to PW. Okay, but we have to go through the point K. Here they say draw HN parallel to RQ, and they give us H. And the last one, draw OU parallel to BD through the point O. So how will we do that? Who wants to try the first one here? To draw a line that is parallel and to name the line as well. Does someone want to try to do that?
What?
Anyone want to try and draw KS parallel to PW? We have to draw the line KS parallel to PW. Let me show you the first one, for example. So we have K. So the first one is K. You already know it's K. And the second letter they told us was? The second letter they told us was S. Okay, so that's answer number 1. Is that answer the correct answer?
It must be parallel or not.
The question is parallel. Did I draw my line parallel? Do you think my answer here is correct?
No,
No, very good. This answer is wrong.
because it's not go the same way.
Yes, yes, excellent, very good. My answer is wrong here. Very good. This is perpendicular line that I drew. So if we want to fix it, let me quickly draw. Oh, let me quickly draw there. If you want to fix it, we draw the line from here. Oh, I need to find that exact point now. Here, to go through that point to here. And how will you know if it's parallel? You take your ruler and you measure the distance here and the distance here. So here we have KS. KS. Where you draw this line to doesn't matter. They already gave us the point. So here we see it's parallel. If I look with my eye, I don't think I drew it parallel. I think this one is longer, but it's difficult to draw without a ruler on the board. The next one, who wants to try and draw HN parallel to RQ? Who's going to do that? Okay. Now, where's your name? Where's your name? The name of the line is and N. Draw at the bottom. Draw at the bottom. You can see R, Q. R is on top, Q at the bottom. So we have H on top, N at the bottom. But remember, we forgot one important step. Look at the line on top here. How does the line look? It has arrows. So we also have to draw the arrows. Okay.
I draw now.
Like it is here. This answer is correct. The reason we draw these lines is just to measure in centimeters. We measure in centimeters. to see if we drew it parallel. Now, what about number 3? OY parallel to BD. How are we going to draw that line? Yes, that line is correct. Very good. Oh, very good. That is the correct way. It might not look that nice, but it's understandable because we have to use our finger to draw. Let me just quickly make it look a little bit better by drawing a line like this. OY, it's parallel. OY, parallel. So that is the basic forms of parallel drawing, of drawing a parallel line. Now today I wanted us to start with some angles that we are looking at when we are drawing lines. So angles is very important because you will use these angles in mathematics until you finish high school. So if you understand them now, then it will make the work in the future easier. And you don't have to study that hard.
แค่คำว่าช้าแต่มันหายหรือเปล่าไม่หายนะแม่ถาม
So here we have two basic forms of angles. Two basic forms. There's actually 3, but we'll talk about 2. We have the acute angle. Now, the way I explain it usually is, if you see something that is cute, it's usually small and fluffy and adorable. Something that is very big is not always cute. Cute, usually we talk about something nice and small and adorable. So cute for me is acute is small. Acute meaning smaller.
Yes.
So that is less than 90 degrees. Less than 90 degrees. So that angle go from 1 degree to 90 degrees. But at 90 degrees, it is not a acute angle. It is a right angle. A right angle. So from 0 to 90 or to 89 is acute. And from 91 to 180 degrees, that is obtuse. Obtuse. Now I want everyone to say with me. I'll say the word, you repeat it. Acute. All together here, all together. Acute.
Acute.
Yes, acute. All together, I want more people to say it. Acute.
Acute.
Acute, yes. The next one, obtuse.
Obscure.
Obtuse. Obtuse with a S-E on the end. Tuse.
Acute.
Acute, yes, and obtuse.
Acute.
Yes, very good. Very good. Let's see how we can use some of these angles. Let's see how we can use some of these angles. Oh, look at these pictures. Oh, it just brings so many good memories from when I was at school doing these things. So let's look at picture number 1. They say, write each set of parallel lines in a symbol form. I don't want to do it. Don't want to. Let us do something different. Let us find out which of the angles is acute and which is obtuse. So I will start off with, just a moment. Guys, $40 on me. Take it away there. Okay. So first angle we have is this one here.
Here is acute.
Second angle. Third angle. So if you look at the angle here, we can see it is quite small. Quite
Yes.
small. So it's quite small. We usually call it acute. Acute, like Pooh said, acute.
Teacher,
Yes.
I can't remember what it say. The more than 90 degree. What it say?
I'll tell you now. Let me write this one. Acute. When it's more than 90 degrees, the big one is
Yes.
obtuse. Obtuse angle.
Juice.
Angle. Okay. Those are three angles right there. This is just an example. This is not the answer for the question. The question is asking us about parallel lines, but we are doing angles now. We are doing some angles now. So for number 2, let's look at some angles here. I'm not going to go into the how do we name the angle now. I will get into that. So first, we have a couple of angles.
Acute. Acute. Acute.
So here's 1,
Acute.
2, 3, and 4. So number 1 is what?
It's obtuse.
Obtuse. It looks obtuse. It looks obtuse. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna put,
obtuse.
I'll put an O. I'm not gonna write the whole word
I
now.
mean obtuse.
Yeah, obtuse
Q
starts with
is
an O.
acute.
2,
3.
acute.
Acute.
What about 3?
3 is acute.
3 is acute. Yes, very good. Also an acute
4.
angle.
4 is obtuse.
4 is obtuse. Obtuse. Now, how will you calculate an angle? That we will look also into the future. I first need to go buy some mathematical equipment to show you. So the next lesson, we will look at that, how we can do that. Firstly, here, I want to go onto the whiteboard to look at different explanations here. So when we look at angles, we have to be sure that we do it correctly. So on this line, this is the straight line.
Yes.
As anyone will know, this is just a straight line. But this straight line has something beautiful on it.
Yes.
It has the full 180 degree angle.
Yes.
If I have to draw it for you in a different way, take a circle. Where's my circle? Take a circle. Now a circle, how many degrees is a circle?
360 degree.
360 degrees. So they figured that out. How do I make a degree shape symbol? Just like it. 360 degree.
Yes.
There were now mathematicians in the past, when they were calculating and talking about these things, they saw one beautiful thing that happened. They calculated 360 degrees is when you stand like I am now and you do one full turn. But
Yes.
they took a line and they drew a line through it, through the circle. Which means they cut the circle into 2 parts.
Yes.
Then they realized that when they have 2 half circles,
Yes.
that the angles of the line of the circle is 180 degrees. So if you have 2 half circles, both is 180.
Yes.
So if we take 360 divided by 2, you get 180. Yeah.
180.
But now we can look at different ones. So firstly, we have the 180. That is the easiest way to look at anything. So if I tell you, we have a straight line of 180. And we have another straight line going like this. What is this? Is this perpendicular, parallel, or intersecting?
It's not parallel.
C, D. So CD, is it parallel, intersecting, or perpendicular? How do we know? Look at the angles. Here we have a small one. Whoop. And here we have a big one. Do you see?
Yes.
So this is intersecting. Yes. But what if I tell you, okay, the angle here between C and B, the angle here is
yes, acute.
43 degrees.
How do you know?
I'll just make an example. This is an acute angle, less than 90. It's an example I'm making. Less than 90, acute. We know the big one is obtuse. But now I ask you, how big is the angle between A and C?
Let me wait. I will think it.
How will we calculate it? How will we calculate this angle? Who can tell me?
180 and
what do we do with the 180? It's a good start, excellent start. 180 is correct. We start with 180.
It's I can't remember what to say.
Let me quickly explain to the class. Cool. Let me quickly explain to the class. So we know. Look at the green line. This angle here,
right?
This angle here is 180 degrees.
Yeah.
We know that because that is the rule. There's no change in that. 180. So if we already have an angle of 43, how big will this angle be? Then we minus
137.
137.
Yes.
Why? Because we have a full line.
Because
180.
I was choose 180 minus with 43.
Very good. So this one here is 137 degrees obtuse. Obtuse. Remember that. Obtuse means big. If another English word we say is obese. Obese is for very fat people. So very fat people, obese, obtuse. Very small cat is cute. So it's cute for a small cat. So this is just the start of angles. I'm giving you a lot of information. It might be a little confusing now, but it's just to give you the big picture of angles, and then we will start looking into the angles a little bit more and explain more when we do them. So I think on Friday we will do more exercises on angles, definitely. So that is just the beginning of angles. We can use simple calculation like minus. to calculate different sides of an angle. Now, if this angle here is 137, what will this angle here be?
What?
What is this angle size here?
I don't know because you didn't tell that angle.
This angle is also 137. This one is also 43. Why? Because
It's
opposite
the same
angles are
way.
the same. The opposite angles are the same. If you have two straight
Yes.
lines like this, opposite
Yes.
angles will be.
Yes.
Now I want to do one more example before I'm going to erase this now. One more example before we finish. I have a line here and I have a line here. So I ask you, I tell you this angle is 90 degrees. A, B, C, and D.
I didn't see it.
So this is 90 degrees. What is this angle here going to be? Between C
90, 90, 90.
90. Okay. What about the angle between A and C?
90.
90. What about the angle between B and D?
90.
90. So what is the relationship between a line AB and CD?
Mm.
What is the relationship? Who knows?
It's cross.
What is that big word? That big word starts with a P.
P.
Bird, pen,
Men.
D, Q,
Oh.
very big word, but we must practice it. So if we look at this, let me give you a shortcut. When we talk about angles, I'll give you a shortcut. If we have a line like this, straight, we have a line that's like this, and we have a line like this here. When someone is drawing angles, if the angle looks like this, with a half moon, like they draw the angle in a circle, then you know the angle is not 90 degrees. If an angle is 90 degrees, they will draw a small block here. You see?
Yeah.
They don't draw like this. No, wrong. Like this.
It's real
So,
square.
a square. So if you have to answer a question about angle and you see a square, immediately you can write down 90 degrees. Okay.
Yes.
That's all for today. Our time again is catching us very fast today. Ooh, time is very fast. So well, I don't think we have time for rock, paper, scissors now. But that's a lot of information, a lot. We will do on Friday again. Okay. So Friday? Yes, we only have math again Friday. Friday.
Oh.
Now the video is going to end less than 1 minute. So I will say to you, goodbye, have an amazing day, and I see you again tomorrow morning.
Bye bye.